Many people know me as a professor from the National Institute of Education, Nanyang Technological University. Well, I was there for 45 years. So I am a teacher educator, but I am also an academic, having written more than 100 books. And some of them were used in the school for about 20 years. When I was president of AWARE, I appear like 100 times a year, 100 times a year in Straits Times. So he was very worried, that I might say something wrong. Are we human beings with a spiritual condition? Or are we spiritual beings with a human condition? Who are we? Everyone is waging war. I think we should be waging peace. We have a department of war. I think we should have a department of peace. It just believes in one God. Call him any name you want, it doesn't matter. So there is only one religion. Religion with a capital R, not a small r. Small r means, wow, there's so many religions. There's Hinduism, Sikhism, Buddhism, Islam, These are all the little r. There's only one r, there's only one religion. Why? Because all the religion teach the same moral principles. All right? They teach you to be kind. Any religion teach you to be unkind. They teach you to be kind. They teach you to be generous, right? They teach you to be just. They teach you to love your parents. They teach you respect. Any religion teach you don't respect people. They teach you to tell the truth. They teach you all the good things. This is the heart of religion. Don't look at the superficial thing. Superficial thing means, your building is round, my building is square. This is very superficial. You wear one long gown, I wear one short gown. You wear white, I wear black. This is very superficial. The heart of all religion, the core of all religion are the virtues. Reliability, integrity, courtesy, hospitality, generosity, love, loyalty, kindness, modesty, moderation, So all the religions teach this. So this is the second thing of that. And one more, just three things. And one more is there is only one humanity. And everybody have a spirit, everybody has a soul. And I think that the Bahai faith has influenced me in maybe three ways. The first way is that God is one. There is only one God. But we call him by different names. And that was something that struck a bell in me because I say, yes, I have always felt that. But I didn't know there was a religion that was teaching that. I have always knew there was one God, even as a child. So when I found out that, God is one, but he can be called Jehovah, he can be called Tuhan, he can be called Allah, he can be called Krishna, he can be called the Tathagata, the Buddha, you know. I felt very, very happy, okay, that God is one. And that influenced me to learn about other religions. And so I began a journey on interfaith. And that's why I, was a founder member of the Center for Interfaith Understanding, and currently the vice chair. So that was a direct influence of the Bahai faith, that we need to be friends with other people because God is one. But because the messenger or the prophet or the teacher or the Buddha or the, they came at different times. So we call them guru, or we call them, we call them different names. We call them the manifestation, we call them the prophet, we call them the savior, but they are like teachers. It resolved an internal conflict within me. The second thing was that I became very active in the peace movement. And that's when I joined the United Nations. I know that the United Nations have a lot of problems, but that doesn't mean that we should ditch it. We have to, if there are problems, we have to try to solve it, okay? So I began to be very involved with peace activities. Everyone is waging war. I think we should be waging peace. We have a department of war. I think we should have a department of peace, you know? Why don't we teach peace? Like peace studies, to be at peace with others and also to be at peace with yourself. I think the Bahai faith influenced me to take part in women's activities. And because as a woman, as I had said before, I had to go into teaching. I realize now that there was a lot of prejudice. And the Bahai faith, the new faith says that men and women are two wings of a bird. And if you clip one of the wings, the bird of humanity is not able to fly to the top of the mountain. I've always felt second class. Like in the world, I've always felt that I can't do it. I will always say, let my husband do it. Or if the teacher asks someone to do things, I'll let the boys go and do it. Because I was socialized to think that you can't do it, you can't do this. I was socialized to be shy. I was socialized to be non-assertive. I was socialized because these were supposed to be feminine traits. So when I became a Bahai, the writings were so astounding, and they say that, you are loved equally, in the eyes of God. The person who is nearest to God, is the person who, is closest to the virtues. It is not because of your gender. Now that I know who I am, now that I know I have the confidence and the ability to be as good as my brother, what can I do? And I said, okay, I will join AWARE. So I joined it as a member, and eventually they elected me president, I don't know why. And then I was the founder president of the University Women's Association. And then I began to speak to women, and I told them, you can do it. You can do it, You are just as good as your brother. Go into science. Go into mathematics, Aim for the stars. You can do it. Because God is on your side, Do not let the past prejudices, clip your wings. You can fly to the top of the mountain. So that is why I became very involved in women's work. I wanted to go into foreign service, MFA, Ministry, because I wanted to be posted to different countries, to learn about different cultures. I love to travel. But if I couldn't get that, I wanted to join SIA. Now at that time, my father was saying, no, you cannot leave Singapore. What will happen to you? Something bad is going to happen to you. I was encouraged to just go to MOE. It's safe, and then you be with the family. It's an iron rice bowl. So I just did that, yeah. In the 70s, I guess it was the right decision because I didn't do too badly as a teacher, but it was not my first love, definitely. What saw me through was that I was doing well. I'm a very organized person. It's like I got my act all together. This is what my friend says of me. Phyllis, you are a person who got your act together. It's like, I can do this, do this, do this, do that. And I was blessed with good health. So I have a lot of energy. Remember I told you I love sports, but I was asked to go into teaching. So so I could move around very fast. And I did a lot of things. I could multitask. And I enjoyed this. I think that, you see, the secret of success is that you must focus on whatever you want to do. So I think one of the things that I was good in was that, okay, I say now I need to concentrate and focus. Because many students who don't do well is because they cannot sit still and focus. But somehow I was able to do it, and I say, okay, now is the time to do this. So then I will focus, and I could do it very fast. Okay, so this in a way is the secret of success. You want to do something well, you need to focus. You need to have that self-discipline. Sit down. Don't do anything else until you finish this.
And when did you develop the power of focus?
When did I develop the power of focus? I think as a student, as a child, I was able to just sit down and just do whatever I was doing. The morning and the night are very, very important. When you wake up, you need to spend about 10 minutes at least. Maybe 10 minutes is too long, but in the beginning, maybe 5 minutes or 2 minutes, but eventually you spend 5, 10, or even 20 minutes, okay? And then you think, what shall I do today? You have to steady your mind, because if you wake up and then you don't focus, then you don't know where you're going. I know that many people, when they wake up, the first thing they do is look at the handphone. So the handphone is their master. You are the servant of the handphone. Tell yourself, I am the master. I determine what I want to do. Do not look at your handphone when you wake up, all right? If you have a religion or philosophy, you can read 1 or 2 lines. Why? Because that line will stay with you throughout the day. You'll be balanced. Otherwise, you'll be torn by temptation. Someone will pull you here, will pull you there. In the end, you achieve nothing. You need to be steady and confident. So when you wake up, you must do that. And in the night, you should also do this. You should bring yourself to account each day. What have I done today? And when you bring yourself to account each day, you summarize what you have done, because today must always be better than yesterday. And tomorrow must always be better than today. Otherwise, why are you living? What's the purpose of your life? If today is not better than yesterday, why are you here? You are here to learn, to progress, to improve. You have a purpose in this life. So in the night, you bring yourself to account. I want to tell the young people that everyone have a talent. Everyone have a gift. Find your gift. Find what you want to do. Because for me, I always feel that I haven't really achieved my potential. Because I think I did my job well, but I did not do a great job. And I think that if you want to do a great job, it has to be part of you. It has to be something that you were born to do. So that if you can use your gift to do what you like to do, it will never be work. It will never be employment. And it will be super easy for you because you love it. You know, and because you love it, there will always be time for it. Where there is love, there is always time. Of course, you could do a job to please your parents, and then you could be quite good in it after many years of practice. But then you would have grown up like me after 45 years to feel that, okay, I did a good job. It paid me well, and I did achieve quite a lot of things on the side, not in my job, not so much in my job. But on the side, I was doing a lot of other things. And I always felt that I have to do something else. Even after my retirement, I have to do the things that I wasn't able to do because I had a full-time job. I have to fulfill my dream. So I just want to tell you, if you are forced to do a certain job, and you, after many years of practice, became quite good in it, you know, I think that once you have established yourself, gained some confidence, and become mature so that your parents can trust you, I think that you should follow your passion. You should follow your dream. Because otherwise, when you, shall we say, depart from this world, you always say, I wonder what I could have done if I went into this. Find out what you like. How do you know what you like? Let me give you a hint. If you do something, and time passes very, very fast, and suddenly you say, oh wow, it's already night time. That's what you like to do. Because when you do it and you don't even know that time has passed, that's it. That's what you like to do. You had that gift, and that gift, you must discover what it is for yourself. Everybody has a different gift. And if you use that gift, your life will be easy. Why? Because you're born to do it. Other people will find it hard to do, but for you, it's a breeze because you were born to do it. For every parent, try to help your child to find that gift. Don't, push your child into a career that you think is safe. I see many parents want their children to be lawyers, accountants, doctors, and then later on when their children become lawyers, accountants, doctors, after a few years become very unhappy. You see, is that what you want? Why don't you allow them to develop their gift? Even though you didn't like that gift that your child has, you refuse to recognize that gift that your child has, and you push him into another area because you want him to do that certain job which you feel is good for him. Because that may not be what your child's dream is, but your child will try to please you because they love you. They want to make you happy. But don't you want your child to be happy? you.